Hello, everyone, for OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter, and welcome Paul Burchill to OneWrestling.com.
Thank you. Nice to be here at OneWrestling.com in this
Legends of the Ring, right here, yeah. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about, many years ago, I met you for the first time in England. How many years ago was that? Maybe
7 years ago, I think.
7 years ago, yeah. And I was so impressed by your wrestling, your expertise in the ring. I remember coming over to you after the show and saying, you have got to be signed by WWF at that point. I said that this is absolutely incredible. I was so impressed. You would just turn the world upside down there, and you went to WWE, and they took you and kind of changed the way you did things.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of, I came in and started doing stuff with William Regal, and it was going well, and they were going to break me out on my own, and then it was decided I'd be a babyface. They came up with the whole pirate gimmick and everything, right. And that was going for a little while, and then obviously I don't think Disney really appreciated it, and that kind of put an end to that. Right. I kind of feel like I was thrown under the bus a little bit with that, rather than I don't know, transition out of something or somehow do something. I was just kind of, that was it. And then it basically was a case of working my ass off to get myself back and kind of reinvent myself. And it was the best thing I ever did, because then I went down and really started to understand what I was doing and why I was doing it. And, from Al Snow teaching me and going from there, and went up again. But they kind of half-assed it. They had one thing in mind and then changed it around. And we just kind of poodled along.
So if you could have been in charge of your destiny in WWE and the story was written a bit differently, how would the story have been written?
It would have been pretty much what I was doing at the end there in ECW. I for a long time was trying to get myself moved to ECW because I felt like I could kind of break out and actually do something. Right. I got the chance to, but never really had it followed through with. And there's stuff I could have done differently. You always look back and think, if I'd have only just done that differently or something, it would have been slightly different. But then I always felt like I was clawing. I was always having to claw for everything I got. I never really got given, this is what with a plan or anything like that. I really had to claw, and sometimes that happens and it works. Sometimes you can't quite do it. Yeah. And that's sort of
what's the current plan? What are you doing these days, and what's the outlook for the future?
Well, basically, when I got done with them, I did a few shows. I had a really good one here in New York with AJ Styles. I had a couple kind of around and stuff, but I kind of needed a little break.
The independent.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I needed a break. I had some stuff in Japan and stuff, but it just turned out when they were scheduled to be. It was when my wife just had a baby 7 weeks ago, and
congratulations.
Very much, and it was all kind of a bit too close, so I kind of had to cancel out on some of that stuff. But then now the baby's here and everything, I'm going to be getting myself going again. I'm not sure where or who for, but I've had a long enough break now to kind of not really like my passion, because you always have a passion for wrestling, but just kind of have a little time away and rethink kind of what I'm doing and go from there. So
what would you like to get what a British wrestling, of course I work for Fighting Spirit magazine, and British wrestling is always kind of on the brink of really making it. What does British wrestling need to really get back on the map?
I think it's on the map. The only thing is,
bigger on the map.
Gone are the great workers, the great British workers. The last one was probably Doug Williams coming out of the UK. After that now it's green guys they're getting because of their look, and I guess if work rate in WWE was a fact, then Dolph Ziggler would be the world champion. But it's not. And gone are the days of those great British wrestlers coming out. Doug being the last one. I don't think British wrestling British wrestling is going to be a big thing, but I think guys can come out and it's being able to transition and mesh your style over here and everywhere else. Basically not coming and being like, I'm British, this is how I wrestle. It's not the way to do it now. These days you just got to be able to be multifaceted, multitask when you're in there, and that's how it'll be. think
Different
people are doing a
style.
good job. Yeah, it's a different style.
Should it be more on the level of sports entertainment
Absolutely.
than solid wrestling?
Absolutely. You know.
So that's kind of changed your mindset, because when I first met you, you were not all about the show busy aspect of it.
And you have the whole thing of coming in and being like, oh, I'm going to be British, I'm going to have a British gimmick. I'm an American. Actually, now, I mean, I'm not going, you know, they always try to do the xenophobia thing of, you know, all the British, the Japanese, everybody's like, kind of like, we're friends. No one really hates us.
Well, when you're
you know?
saying you're American.
I'm an American citizen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Just wanted to justify that. The accent threw me off.
Crazy little accent that's kind of half American, half whatever. But you know, there's no heat in that anymore. You know, and I think nowadays anyway, you don't really. It's not as much you have heels and faces. You have guys that just going out and working. You know, and if you like me, you like me. If you hate me, you hate me. We'll just see how it is. You know. So, I mean, it's, you know, people come in, and I'm sure that some of these other guys they're going to bring through WWE are going to be British and do this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this it's not there anymore. It's not,
Right.
There's no heat in that. There's no anything, you know, besides the fact
The
that most...
ethnicity thing doesn't work.
It doesn't work at all. I mean, those guys can't really get the job done in the ring anyway, so, I mean...
Look forward to seeing you wherever you wind up. You're still
thank you.
a fine wrestler. And
Thank
anything you'd like to add before we sign off?
I have a website. It's burchillwrestling.com. And that's pretty much it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for OneWrestling.com, Bill Apter, Paul Burchill, and we'll see you at the matches.